So, what if we got a message from the future? And I don't mean in a movie, I mean for real, in the quiet, data-obsessed world of a deep space observatory. Today, we are going to unpack the incredible story of Project Spectra, a mission that was born from a single, impossible signal that threatens to unravel, well, pretty much everything we think we know about the universe.
We're just going to dive right in, straight to the heart of it all. These are the words of Dr. Neera Solin, the AI engineer whose systems were analyzing this bizarre cosmic signal. And just think about what she's saying. These oscillations carry information about things that haven't even occurred. This wasn't just random static from a dying star. The data seemed to be pointing to one conclusion. It was a message sent backwards through time. That alone just breaks all the rules, right?
And that, right there, is the huge, blinking question that must have just echoed through that control room. You know, a message is one thing, but every message has a sender. So if this data is actually traveling through time to get to us, where is it from? Or maybe the better question is, when is it from? As the team would find out, the answer was somehow even weirder than the message itself.
Okay, so to even begin to understand the what, we've got to talk about the where. And the where in this story is a deep, baffling mystery. The team traced the signal back to its point of origin, probably expecting to find some kind of massive celestial object. But what they found was absolutely nothing. I really want you to let this sink in for a second. We're not talking almost nothing or very little. The signal was coming from a part of the universe that our most detailed star charts just mark as a void, a cold, dark, totally empty patch of space. And here are Dr. Solin's own words, just laying out the impossibility of it. There is no recorded galaxy there. No stars, no nebulas, nothing. It's like getting a phone call from a phone that doesn't exist. So now they have an impossible message coming from a completely impossible place. What do you even do with that?
Well, when you're faced with data that just spits in the face of physics, you have to confront what it all means. This wasn't just some scientific oddity anymore. This was a signal that threatened to tear apart the very fabric of time and space as we know it.
You can just picture it, can't you? The soft hum of the computers, the little blinking lights, and a room full of some of the smartest people on the planet just sitting there in total silence. They're all trying to process a discovery that basically redefines reality. That quiet moment, it says everything. And then finally, the silence gets broken. This is Dr. Orion Thao, the team's deep space astronomer, and you can just feel the weight of his words. He's not just talking about some interesting new finding. He's talking about a fundamental shift for all of humanity. But what does changing everything really even mean?
Well, for starters, our whole idea of time being this straight line from past to future, that could be completely wrong. Then there's cause and effect. The entire foundation of physics that says A has to happen before B. If the future can send messages to the past, that whole idea is just shattered. And finally, maybe the most humbling part of it all is the realization that everything we thought we knew about the cosmos, it's probably just the introduction to a story that is way, way bigger than we ever imagined.
So, what do? When you're faced with something that rewrites the rules of the universe, what's your next move? Do you just write some papers and argue about it for the next 50 years? Or do you follow that impossible signal, no matter where it leads? For this team, the choice was pretty clear. They had to go see for themselves. This is where leadership becomes absolutely crucial. The project leader, Dr. Zane Kaur, didn't even blink. While everyone else was trying to wrap their heads around the theory, he was already thinking about the next step. He knew that just looking at data from billions of miles away was never going to be enough.
And there it is, the call to action. That's not a suggestion, that's a mission statement. Dr. Kaur knew that a question this massive deserved the boldest possible answer, a journey right into the heart of that darkness, into that impossible void where the future was calling from.
And so, a plan was born. On paper, it's a simple 3-step plan. But in reality, it's probably the most ambitious thing humanity has ever attempted. Step 1. Build a ship that can fly into nothing. Step 2. Find people courageous or crazy enough to fly it. And Step 3. Go get the answers. And that's how this incredible mission got its name, Project Spectra. Because this wasn't just a trip to a point on a map. It was a quest to understand a whole new spectrum of possibilities that science never even knew existed. A journey to find the source of those echoes from the void. Which kind of brings it all back to a fascinating thought. Is this message a warning, a hello, or just some random cosmic fluke? The team behind Project Spectra has no idea,
But it really makes you think, doesn't it? If one single message from your own future could reach you right now,